Hi, I'm Tony Fleming, and this is Fleming's Ultimate Garage. Hey everybody, thanks for joining us on today's video on a beautiful frame-off restored 81 Corvette. Yes, these have become collector's items. Look at the reports, they're starting to rise each year. That's why people are starting to spend money restoring these cars, and that's why this car is spectacular. So as we take a walk around, not only are we going to see a great restoration, but we're also going to see it is loaded with features on it. You know, back in the 80s, I could never have afforded a car like this. And the fact that I might be able to today, and the fact that you can get a payment on this car in a couple $100 a month range is ridiculous. Think about that, man. You're talking about a car for under 300 bucks a month that you could drive, have some fun, go on a long trip, has creature comforts, it's restored, and by the time you're done paying for it, it's worth the same as you had before, and you got all that money in your pocket, versus when you buy a new car 3 years later, it's worth half. This is a great hobby, all right? Come on up, let's look at the black paint on here, all right? And check out that, man. That is, now listen, we're in the showroom under these harsh lights, and you can see how beautiful the paint is as well. One of my favorite wheels in the world is this Corvette wheel here. You can tell that these are new when the car was restored, because they're not chrome, but they're polished, and then they're cleared as well. New lug nuts and center caps, right? And as we look around, new reflectors and emblems and decals and what have you, and you say, well, what's the big deal about all that? Well, it's not really such a big deal. It's just the one reflector. It's the reflector, it's the paint, it's the suspension, it's the control arms, it's the wheels, it's the new tires. The tires even have the little nipples still on them right here. It's how recent the restoration is on the car, all right? One of the things about the styling of this car that makes it so great is you sit back here near the rear wheel, right? You sit back here, and most people don't know is that the styling was actually created after a woman. So if you were to look down the front of this car, you could see, okay? You could see the hips and the features of a woman. That was part of their styling in there. Then they added some shark features into it as well. I'm not saying that women are sharks. That's not what I was saying. I was just making a comment that you can see a couple different things that are in here. So don't take that on offense. T-tops that come out that change the car from a nice, solid, quiet, cruising car to open air motoring, right? And safe. You got a roll bar still built in all around the car here as well. And so you got a nice safe car. Walk around here. We got that styling in the back, that Stingray kind of look still going on. This is a second to the last year of this car, the 81s, and the 81s are really going up in value because they have the front and rear spoilers. This is kicked up versus the earlier models that would be just flat. It makes for a really nice touch. And the underneath of this car is all detailed as well. All right, so this is part of the car that's important because a lot of money is spent here. This is when we do the restorations, not us, but when this was done, you can see, hopefully you can, all of the effort that was put into here. So for instance, so we have a little bit more power than would have come from the factory originally, but everything in here is new. From this would have been the original air cleaner. If you want, we could put that back on, but most people like the breather style of this. If you wanted to go to a car show, you could open the hood and look how beautiful this is. Everything is new. The brake booster is new. The master cylinder is new. You can see the new hoses, the air conditioning system, all new, right? Latches, wiper motor. There is a ton of money, way more money than the asking price of this car spent to restore it. They can cost up to $40,000 to restore a car like that. You say, well, why would somebody restore it and sell it for less? Well, because they restored it, they drove it for a little while, now they're ready to do something else. That's the hobby, that's what they love, and that's why it's the perfect time to buy a car like this. Before we get inside, some of the nice things that you know you're getting a good car is like the little stuff like this. The electric antenna works. You say, well, what's the big deal about the electric antenna working? Well, the key and buzzer works as well. It's all these little things that said that somebody went ahead and did the extra that it took to make a really nice car. So when we get in here, all new seat covers. Look at these, they're in beautiful shape. Carpets, steering wheel, door panels. This has a power seat. Look at this, power seat. This is fabulous. What a great car. A couple other nice little things that come with the car, all right, is a tilt wheel. It also has telescopic steering. This is adjustable as well, all right. And when we get in here, power windows, air conditioning we talked about, power door locks, the T-tops, visors with the mirrors on them. Gauges are all restored. And it is kind of cool the fact that these Corvettes have all the gauges. Alternator, oil pressure, oil temperature, water temperature, tachometer, speedometer. This is just a really nice car. I love black and tan because I think it looks great. Even the interior lighting is working. You say, well, isn't it supposed to work? You're right, it's supposed to work, but so many people take shortcuts, they don't finish these things up, and you get a substandard car. It seems to me, in my opinion, that this is a really nicely done car. Oh, hey, sorry, I didn't know you were watching. I was like, I totally left for a second. I was thinking, you know what? I was laughing because I was thinking to myself driving this car. I was in the car, I was wheeling down the road, and I was thinking, man, this car sounds great, and it feels good. You got four-wheel disc brakes, four-wheel independent suspension, and loaded with stuff like air conditioning, power windows, power locks, T-tops. It's black, it's great looking, it's nice, and it's ridiculously inexpensive for how much car you're getting. This is how people get into the hobby, is you get in on the ground floor like this and you can trade up to something later on. You can keep this forever as you watch this go up in value. What a cool place to be, and the fact you could drive a car and potentially goes up in value, could even double in price. These cars have continued to go up in value, so if history stays the same, this will be an awesome, awesome experience for you. Anyway, call us 301-816-1000. We'll tell you all about this 81 Corvette. Anyway, I just want to start off for you. This car runs so factory smooth. It starts right up, idle smooth, power steering,